Hello, everyone, and here we are talking about, I believe this is 116, I'm not sure. But in this video, we're going to talk about debugging. And not only with debugging, two specific parts of debugging, we're going to talk about bad variable names, which have been looking at my feedback. A lot of you have been doing so good, and I love it. I don't know who's taught you that or if that just comes natural to you. Great job giving good variable names. And I want to also mention the single line comments for each block of code. And both these things are very important when it comes to writing good code, because when you start coding, or if you ever continue coding in college or in the career, you're not going to be working alone. You're going to be working with other people, and other people need to look at your code just like you want to look at their code. And part of being a good coder is writing code that's clean, and there's a conventions that everyone who writes coding does, so we can understand coding a little bit quicker, make the changes we need to, or debug it if we need to. So I made this code right here, and notice I purposely made it written very poorly, where if you looked at this and I said, what's this doing? Right off the bat, if I look at this, I don't know what this is doing, and I don't think you do either. You'd have to spend some time going line by line, or if we run it, you can see what it looks like. So if I run this, let's see what this does. What did I create? All right. Very nice. So I created a stick person wearing a dress. And you reading that code, I don't think you would have saw that right away. So we need to clean this code up, and you can see if it's cleaned up, you could have followed this a lot easier. So when I run this code, it looks like B is your pen. Imagine a pen, because it's following and going all these motions. So maybe instead of calling B, we can change this to the pen. Now, I don't know if I don't know how to do this in Trinket, but this isn't actual code, it's an online browser, but in other IDEs that you can download, there's a way where you can change all of these to pen. Well, maybe I can. If I hit Control F, search for B, I found all my B's. Is there a way to replace all? No, darn. Well, let me see. Control B, what's this do? Alt Enter, and there's the trick. So everywhere I saw B, I changed it to B, change it to pen. Now, of course, that's not necessarily what I wanted, because I didn't want it up here when I said debug to change the T penug. So that's not necessarily what I wanted, but I don't know how to do it in Trinket. Maybe you can figure it out, but that is something you can do in coding to change everything in it. So that's what bad variable names and single line comments for each box. So pen, and I have all this, and I don't think I use any of the B's, so I should be okay there. Cool. So now we have a pen, and we know what the pen is doing. Now, as we run through this code, it's a variable name we affected. Now notice another variable is CD, and it says CD is the pen and the position of the pen. So when is that happening? So it's after it makes a circle, 50-degree radius, a full circle with 3 lines. So this is actually the triangle. So right here, this is the dress. So what's the position doing? Let's look at what those variables do. Makes the circle, there's the dress, and it looks like it goes back to this location, in which allows it to go left 30, down 75. So CD, we can really, are those coordinates x, comma, y. And instead of xy, we can even call it the x coordinate of the top of the dress. And this one would be y coordinate of the top of the dress. And that's where that position is. So everywhere it sees that, we can change that. So let's see if we can do this again. Control C. Everywhere we see C, I don't want all C's. See, I know how to do this now. Let me change it to, I don't want to change that because I want to change those circles. So I'm going to do this the hard way, which there is a faster way to do this if you know the trick, but I don't know the trick. So we'll just do it like this. And D was the Y coordinate of the top of the dress. Notice the convention of being very specific what it is. It's okay that it's long, but using underscores for different words. And we'll change that here, and I'm just going to Control C and Control V a little bit quicker. There's C, there's C, there's C, copy this, and change all of these. There you go. There you go. There you go. And we run it, make sure it still works, and we didn't change anything. No errors. Very nice. All right. So that takes care of all our variables. We have pens. We have the coordinate of the top address on the X and Y. Now we just have to understand the blocks. So if we want to edit parts of this picture, we can. So maybe what we do here right away is we're going to initiate the pen. Okay. And then when it says pen up, go to 0, 100, what's it doing? So it goes up and it makes it circle. So right there, right away, we're going to say, before it even makes a circle, well, maybe all of this right here where it makes a circle, this is the head. Pen up, go to that spot, pen down, and make a circle of radius 30. Now right, forward, right, so it's rotating right, going forward 80. All right, so this right here, you can call the body, which I know is just a straight line. And then it rotates right 90 because it was facing downwards. And it's going to make a circle of radius 50, does a full circle with 3 steps, which is what makes it a triangle rather than a full circle. So this right here, we can call is the dress. That's great so far. So now we have where the head is, where the body is, where the dress is. And then when it came to the coordinates, let's see what happens. So after it does the head, the body, the dress, it got that coordinate. Pen up, go to the coordinate left 30, down 75, and then it drew the legs. So it looks like, I'm going to put right here, maybe we can write that this is get the coordinates of the top of the dress. And then the pen up, go to the spot, go down, rotate left 80, forward, right 80, forward. This looks like this whole block is the, I guess we'll call it the right leg or left leg, depends on the version you're seeing this. And then when it goes pen up, go to the X corner of the top dress, go right 30, down 75, pen down, left, forward, right. So that looks like that would be the left leg. Then it goes pen up to the top of the dress, and then it's going to go X up 40. And then it's going to go pen down, rotate right 45. So I don't know which arm this is, so let's look. And say you want to know which arm it is. So we don't necessarily want to run the code the entire time. Another trick you can do is comment out parts of the code to only look at certain blocks. So let's say I don't need to see the head, and I just want to get to after the leg and see the order of what's happening. So just get to this part. Oh, we need to keep the coordinate of the dress. So let's keep this in it. So let's end the single line comment there and start a new single line, multi-line comment there, multi-line comment. So the first one is the left arm. So when it came down here, we can see that that's the left arm, and then that was the right arm. And that's a trick you can do is instead of having to run the whole code, comment out blocks so you don't need them, and then we can just add comments. Notice I'm not deleting anything. You don't want to delete code because you might need it later. Just comment it out, and you can always return to it later. And now this is a much cleaner code that tells me exactly what's happening. And then at the bottom, you can always say that is the screen. So we have here that it initiates a pen, it draws a head, and then it draws a body, then a dress, gets the coordinates at the top of the dress, which allows us to draw right leg, left arm, and right arm. And this is a much cleaner code. So if anyone wants to add to this character, you can just add the specific spots of this code. So that's writing clean code, talking about bad variable names, how we changed it to pen, and what these mean. Notice, write longer names. It's okay to write longer names as long as it's specific. Use underscores for different words, and then add single line comments throughout. This is huge, and a lot of people always forget this step. And it's, don't be lazy. Do it. It's going to make a good habit, and you're going to be very valued in the workforce if you ever do coding with anyone else. All right. Hope that helped you. Bye-bye.